afternoon, folks, or actually almost good evening, actually, right now. This is Big Bo with RVs of Big Bo at Parkway RV Center. Guys, I'm continuing my fifth wheel series. I don't normally like to do this many in a row of a certain kind of RV, but I've got so many fifth wheels that just came in. I've got a lot of catching up to do. I still got a couple more left to do, so I'm actually staying over tonight, at least shooting one more, and it's just gonna be a really quick video because it's getting late. In fact, we just closed. I'm staying over to do this. One's already starting to get dark, but hey, this is another great deal from Parkway RV Center, so if I'm staying over, you know it's got to be a good one. This is a 2011 Keystone Fuzion 322, and this is the Touring Edition 3. This is a special limited edition that Fuzion did back then, so this is not something that was just hugely mass produced. They only made 450 of the Touring Edition 3s, and this is number 123. They're individually numbered, and I'll show you that here in a second. And I love the toy haulers, guys, with the crossovers, because guys, so many people are full timing now, and so many people are buying toy haulers. Smart people are buying toy haulers to full time in because they're so versatile. I mean, and plus you can use them for recreational use too, as well as a toy hauler. You know, compared to a traditional fifth wheel where you buy a rear lounge, it's always a rear lounge, or a front kitchen, it's always a front kitchen. A crossover, it can be a number of different floor plans. You're not stuck with just one floor plan for the entire time you own it. This can be a toy hauler. For a full-timer, this can be a godsend because it's got a 10-foot garage bay. It's an 8.5-foot wide body, so it's a true 8-foot interior wide camper. So you've got a 10 by 8, basically rolling storage building with a 4,500 pound cargo carrying capacity that you can carry your stuff with you. Because here's the thing, guys, if you're full-time and you're traveling the country, especially if you sold your house and you got rid of a lot of your stuff, but you still got a lot of stuff with you, say, you know, it's winter time, you still got your summer clothes. Well, if you're traveling to warmer parts of the United States, you want to carry some stuff with you, but you still want to have enough stuff to be comfortable with. Well, thing is, you rent a storage building to keep your basic stuff in, and you're out on the road, say your storage building's on the East Coast, you're on the West Coast, and you need something out of your storage building. What do? You're 2,500 miles away. This way, you've got your storage building with you. Or, let's say you're still working and you decided to full-time. You need a home office. You've got it. Or you've got kids. Guys, this has got 2 queen beds that lower down from the roof, power loft beds, so you can sleep 4 people in their own 10 by 8 private bedroom, playroom. You can use it for a workshop, a hobby room. You can use it for multiple purposes. You're not stuck with one standard floor plan. And another cool thing about it, it's got the back porch kit. That was part of the Touring Edition package, guys. In 2011, that was a brand new thing for toy haulers to have a back porch kit. So you can lower the back porch down, have rails all the way around it, and a steel cable, and you've got a back porch. You put some chairs on, put your grill on, let some fresh air in if you didn't want to use it for a ramp door. 2 slide outs on this one, 35 feet 2 inches long, weighs 11,500 pounds. Again, 4,500 pound cargo carrying capacity. So make sure that your truck that you're going to tow this with, rated to tow 11,500 pounds plus the weight of whatever you're going to put in here. You know, if you're just going to use it recreationally, depending on if you're going to put toys in it or not, just say you're not going to put toys in it, you're probably going to put 1,000 to 1,200 pounds on top of that 11.5. If you are going to put toys in it, just depends on how heavy your toys are, you're going to put on top of the 1,000 to 1,200 pounds. You know, that's giving you room for water, for luggage, for propane, for batteries, all that good stuff. Does have 50 amp electrical service, and part of the Touring Edition package. Does have 2 air conditioners, both of them 15,000 BTU. Will hang meat in here. Let's just say that. And guys, I'm sorry again, this is a quick video. I didn't put the awning out. I didn't go through the bays or anything like that. I'm just going to go through this one, and so I'm not here till 9 o'clock tonight editing. Got some good looking wheels on it, nitrogen filled tires, double entry doors. It does have, like I said, the rear ramp door that makes the back porch kit if you didn't want to use it for a rear ramp door. Another thing people don't realize, let's just say you have somebody camping with you that's, you know, needs a wheelchair for mobility. Well, look at this, guys. You've got a built-in wheelchair ramp. You've also got a crank out horizon awning that goes out over the back porch kit if you got it set up for a back porch kit, or the ramp door. This unit also has a fueling station for your toys. So if you are using this for a toy hauler, you can put gasoline in it, fuel your toys, like all around gas tanks. And you've got a second fuel tank if you wanted to add a generator to it. Now, this unit does not have a generator, but it does have the generator prep package. So all the wiring's there, the fuel line's there, the gauge is there, the start and stop switch is there. So, you know, if you wanted to add, say, a 5500 Onan, if you can find one, that's something you can add, a gasoline generator. It's something you can add later on if you want to. Just depends on what kind of camping you're going to do with it. You do have a ladder right here to climb on the roof. Now, I'm not going to try to squeeze through there, but you do have the slide toppers. 8.5 foot wide. So again, 8 foot wide interior. 4 seasons, of course. Very expensive when it was new. You've got outdoor speakers, weatherproof speakers. Tires look great. Man, it's so nice. What do you see inside? Here's what I was talking about. Fuzion Touring Edition 3, 123 out of 450. Just because it's limited edition, I don't really think that adds value to it, but at least you know you're not going to see that many of them being towed down the road. I didn't really have much time to set this one up, guys. I literally came out here 10 minutes ago, plugged this thing up, just turned a few lights on. Again, not wanting to stay here, you know, 8 or 9 o'clock tonight. So I didn't set the table up. I apologize. The table is in it. It's in the back garage bay. I'll show it to you. It's in great shape. We did put new carpet in here, so you got brand new carpet in this 2011, and obviously because after 13 years it needed it. Didn't program the TVs or raise the antenna or nothing like that. I apologize, guys. So but it does have all the TVs in it. TVs are up front here in the living area. You got one in the bedroom and one in the back. This is a big sofa. This makes a bed, and it does have a large table that sits up right here. So far, all the lights that I've turned on works. Ceiling fan, you do have a fantastic vent fan. It does have a newer 9 cubic foot RV refrigerator freezer, and it's in good shape, but I can only get this to open. I have tugged on this refrigerator door and tugged on it. I don't know if it's stuck or what. So I'll get my guys to look at that, get that unstuck. I don't want to break it, but that is a newer refrigerator than what was in it. So chances are it probably works fine because that's several years newer than the RV. You do have the Corian, DuPont Corian countertops. You do have, here's your fuel gauge for your fueling station, stereo, microwave, stainless steel appliances. You can tell this was a higher end unit. We'll walk up here to the bedroom first. And this unit does have washer and dryer hookups in the rear garage too. Front bedroom does have a queen island bed. We did put a new mattress on it, so you know you don't have to worry about sleeping on somebody's dirty old mattress. It's brand new, never slept on. We threw a bedspread on it. Somebody came in here after I set it up while I was at the office and messed around with it. Sorry about that. Large closet area in the front. It does kind of taper off down a little bit in the front. A little bit lower profile, so if you've got a full-wheel truck like a 250 or a single-wheel 350, it makes it a little more aerodynamic, a little easier to tow. You know, a little bit less wind resistant, so you can tow this easier with a full-wheel truck. You know, I'm always a sucker. You know, I towed fifth wheels for years. I always am going to prefer a 6-wheel truck for towing a big fifth wheel. But as long as your truck's rated for it, This is something you can tow with a four-wheel truck. Now, a half-ton truck's not going to tow this, but so don't even think about that. But a 3/4 ton, properly equipped, longer bed truck preferred, will tow this just fine if it's in the weight range. You know, always know your tow capacity. I've made it real easy to look it up. Look in the video description below. There'll be a link to my free interactive tow guide. You can look up your truck, how many pounds it can tow, and you push a button lower right hand corner and it'll tell you, it'll show you everything I have in stock you can tow with your vehicle. It also has a formula that adds a certain percentage for, just like I did earlier, for luggage, food, water, luggage, cargo, things like that. So while it's always going to be an estimate, unless you take it by a truck scale or something like that, when it's fully loaded, it'll give you a better idea of what you can tow with your vehicle without overloading it. You know, a lot of people make the mistake of looking at the GW or GVWR weight that's posted on the side of a camper. They think that's what a camper weighs fully loaded. Guys, that's far from the truth. That is the weight that the axles are rated for before they become overloaded. And basically, if you're over that weight, you get in an accident, you're going to be cited, because if they investigate it and catch that, because you're over what the axles are rated for. To do that, guys, you'd have to fill this camper up top to bottom, front to back, with so much stuff it would take you 2 days to unpack it, just to be able to come in here and lay down and go to sleep. You're not ever going to load a camper up all the way to the maximum limit unless you fill that back up with lead weights or something like that, which I don't see that happening. Like I said, you always go by the dry weight and just figure a rough estimate of water, luggage, propane, batteries, and whatever you load into the back, and you'll get a pretty good estimate roughly of what you've got. Remember, water is always 8.3 pounds per gallon. I know that confuses a lot of people. People come up with these crazy scientific methods. Guys, just trust me, don't make something simple so complicated. Just dry weight plus the weight of your cargo and water and luggage. Boom, that's it. Or estimated. I mean, if you're a couple 100 pounds off, as long as you're still under your limit, you're fine. Closet. Well, that one's off track a little bit. Sorry about that. Looks good. Queen bed. Bathroom, which you can get to from the hallway as well. Pretty roomy bathroom for a toy hauler. Does have a DSI 10-gallon water heater. Again, Corian top. It is a little bit lower profile fifth wheel. I am 6'4", and I mean, if I stand up straight, my head kind of touches the ceiling. Well, you can't really tell in the mirror. I mean, you might, but not when my head's in that vent. But if I stand up straight, I do bump my head on the lights, just up here in the bathroom. So, but again, guys, it's a little bit lighter weight model for this size fifth wheel than most. But still, 4 seasons, got the enclosed underbelly, heated enclosed belly with all the tanks and plumbing in the enclosed underbelly, so at least you're good on that. We're gonna walk down here back into the living room, then we'll go into the rear garage bay. And I only wish that I could have showed you the back porch kit, which is a really cool feature that all toy haulers, I think, should have. In fact, when I order any kind of new toy hauler, I make sure to get it with a back porch kit, even if it costs extra, because I think that just basically takes a more useful style of RV. I call these the Swiss Army knives of RVs, the toy haulers. It makes it just give you that one more feature that makes it that much cooler. And you can see the rails, the steel cables. What I'm gonna do, guys, I'm gonna pause the video for a minute, and hopefully when I get back to edit, I can find a picture of one of these with the back porch kit out, and I'll put it up there so you can see what it looks like. Hang on one second. So guys, you can see, well, hopefully I put it up there. I don't sound like an idiot, but but that's the thing, when I say I'm gonna do that, I don't know 100% sure I can do it. Surely there's an image of a 2011 Fusion with a back porch kit online somewhere. These are your queen beds that lower down from the roof. You do have a dinette, an extra dinette table that you can set right here outside on your back porch. It just stores up there, which is a nice place to store it. And you push a button, it comes down. And you can set this a variety of ways with just setting the pins. You can set it to where the top bed stays up there and just the bottom one comes down if you want to. I've got it set to where it comes down to both comes down to sleeping position. Plus there's your second 15,000 BTU roof air. So there's your queen bed on the bottom, queen bed on top. Still got the plastic on the mattress. Still got the cardboard on the ladder hooks. So obviously they probably didn't use this for much for sleeping quarters, or at least not the top bunk. Lower that down, so real low profile bed, easy to get to. This is a dovetail camper too, so very easy to load up. Again, 10 foot by 8 foot. Here is your table that goes in front of the couch in the living area, and it's all in good shape. You got plenty of tie downs. Notice you've got the diamond shielding around the wall to protect the wall from loading and unloading your toys. And actually, believe it or not, guys, most toy hauler customers today buy this style of fifth wheels for anything and everything but hauling toys. I think I was reading on one of the magazines, or news, or online magazines, I mean print magazines, you don't see many of those anymore, but and I was reading an article where I think 60% of new toy hauler shoppers buy crossover or toy, that's why they call them crossovers now instead of toy haulers, bought their new crossover with no intentions of using it to haul like dirt bikes or side-by-sides or golf carts or four-wheelers or anything like that. They bought it because what I was saying, for the versatility. I mean, you've got a 10 by 8 room that can be used for 7 or 8 different things for whatever suits your needs. So if you've got extra guests coming, you can sleep 4 people back here. If you're going on a cross-country, long-distance trip, you got room in here for extra cargo. If you're going, a lot of people, you know, go to flea markets and buy and sell stuff. Well, take the fifth wheel. You got a place to keep your stuff locked up, and you got a place to chill out in the front. Full-timers, man, this is the full-timer's dream back here. To be able to full-time and have the mobility of an RV, but still keep all your keep so much of your stuff in here with you. I mean, there's a lot of stuff you can put back here, guys. Not to mention, right here is a TV for entertaining. You've got washer and dryer hookups. If you wanted to add a washer and dryer, you can. And you can get a stack unit, put it side by side if you want to, instead of just a one-piece combo unit. Somebody's added some ventilation fans up there. It is cold in here with that AC on. Does have a screen that comes down to keep the bugs out on pretty days from coming into your camper. And this is one of those, guys, like most of them now, that you can tell there's no tire marks on the door or the floor. So again, whoever bought this thing used it for the versatility, didn't use it to haul toys like most toy hauler shoppers do now. And like I said, this is another nice one for under 30 grand. You know, it's a 4 Seasons. And I'm missing something right there. I think originally this thing probably came with some kind of boom box or some kind of subwoofer and amp. Probably somebody removed it or stole it. I don't know. Guys, it is, you know, 12-year-old camper. It may have went bad, and they just didn't replace it or didn't use it enough to replace it. So who knows? I mean, you can literally buy Bluetooth speakers now that sound as good as what that original stereo sounded like without doing all that wiring and running your batteries down. So It's like me, I've got a lot of older cars, and I like to keep the factory radio in because I like the looks of it. Well, if the factory radio goes bad, or if the speakers go bad, I don't want to rewire everything. I go buy these $200 12-volt powered Bluetooth boom boxes that I can just plug into the lighter, and it's like 450 watt 8-inch subwoofers, and it sounds great, and I can move it from vehicle to vehicle. Nothing's permanent, and it still keeps the original look of the dash and everything without changing out the radio. And because I always listen to my phone anyway when I'm driving, I've got Pandora and all that stuff. So I couldn't tell you the last time I listened to an FM station or a CD or anything like that. So that's, wave of the future. But anyway, I've got this unit for $27,900, and that is a haggle-free firm price. And please listen carefully to this, guys. That includes our major systems inspection, and no RV dealer, no for sale by owner is going to guarantee everything to work on one for the price they pay. And especially when you look at our prices, you go online, look at these Fusions, try to find one for $27,900 plus tax out the door. No fees, no upsells. You might find one for $27,900 at another dealer, but they're going to add dock fees, prep fees, processing fees, get ready fees, and all this other fees that are nothing but dealer profit, just a way to advertise a lower price but sell it for more profit by disguising the profit in the form of bogus fees. And then they're going to start adding all these upsells, extended warranties, vacation packages, tire and wheel packages that add a few more thousand to the price, and suddenly $27,900 becomes $37,900, and you hadn't even got into sales tax yet. Well, guys, our price is $27,900 plus applicable sales tax. We don't charge you extra if you bring cash, or we don't ask. Well, we actually prefer that you don't bring cash, or at least not $100 bills. We ask that you bring cashier's check that we can verify with your issuing bank or wire transfer. But again, we're not going to turn down cash if you bring it. It's just we worry about the safety of our customers traveling with that amount of currency, and the fact that our employees have to take it right to our bank and deposit it, and it's just a safety, it's a security safety thing for them as well. So while we're never going to turn it down if you do bring it, keep in mind we also file 8,300 forms with the Internal Revenue Service, like federal law requires us to do when we take over $10,000. So we have to collect Social Security number and information from you to turn over to the Internal Revenue Service, because they do want on us when we deposit that money in the bank. So it establishes a paper trail for that cash. And just like you had one done on you when you took that money out of your account. So that's why it's just easier just to do a cashier's check where everything's a lot more traceable if anything fishy is going on. Not saying it is, but you never can be too careful these days. That's why in 2022, there's no reason to carry large amounts of currency anymore. The 70s and 80s are long over with. If you're dealing with somebody, they insist on you bringing $100 bills, I think I'd buy from somebody else. Somebody's doing something fishy. I mean, there's no reason to in this day and age, even from for sale by owner, to bring $100 bills, especially on a long distance. I'd be really worried about them trying to pull something on me. And that's just me telling you to be cautious. But anyway, but like I said, if you do bring it, we will take it. We just, there may be a little bit more paperwork involved. And we're not going to charge you any extras. Here's the thing, guys. A big thing with the big dealers and even the smaller dealers now is because they make so much money when you go through their finance department. When you bring your own money or you go to your bank and get a loan, instead of going through one of their lenders. See, used to people think, well, if I pay cash, I get a discount. No. 20, 30 years ago, when dealers were burying money in mason jars in their backyard or their home to hide it from the government, maybe. But not in 2022, guys. Everything's computerized in the bank. We buy something, government knows we bought it. When we sell something, everything's networked together. When you buy from any vehicle dealer in the United States, everything's networked to a database. The state, and I'm assuming the federal government, knows you bought it. The second that the paperwork's complete and the dealer presses enter on the computer, they know you got it. Even before you take it off the lot, they know you bought it, how you paid for it, and what you paid for it. And that's any dealership you go to, whether it's an RV, a boat, car, truck, whatever. So, and the main reason to do this is to make sure they get their sales tax. I mean, hey, let's be honest with you. That's what it's all about. They just, Uncle Sam wants his cut of whatever you buy. It sucks, but that's just the way that's the way it is, guys. But, and believe me, we don't keep any of that money. It goes right to the Uncle Sam. As far as tax money, you know, we hate charging it, but we have to because we got to pay it. So, anyway, what I was getting at, guys, is for the $27.9 price, it's going to include our major systems inspection. And so we guarantee for that low price, to keep our prices low, because we're operating on a skeleton crew in the back, because you can't get help now. Like everybody else in business, you can't get good help. I've got a couple good employees, and everybody else is just in and out, in and out, in and out. So, like I was telling, I mean, I've got some great people here, but like certain positions, I don't even bother if they don't. Most of them don't stay around for a couple of weeks, so it's hard for me to even remember their names until they're here for at least a week or two, because there's not any points. But you know, to keep my RV techs from going insane, keeping them here, because I don't want to overwork them. If I overwork them, they quit, and I'm really messed up then. But we do a simple, or not really simple, but we do a major systems checkout. So we make sure just the major systems work. Major systems are the slide outs, because obviously that can ruin your trip if slide out doesn't work. So we make sure they're in good shape, they work. We check the refrigerator, which we're going to open that door, make sure that it opens smoothly for you. I don't know what's up with that. So we'll get that, make sure it works, refrigerator works, gets cold, freezer gets cold. We're going to make sure both your roof air conditioners gets cold. What they do, but they will officially check it. We're going to make sure all your plumbing systems work, make sure there's no plumbing leaks. If there is, we fix them. Make sure water heater works, make sure hot water gets everywhere it's supposed to. Faucet spigots work, toilet works, all that good stuff. So we're going to make sure that works, make sure your steps work, your front landing jacks work. All that's included for $27.9. And anything on those systems we find that doesn't work, we fix it at no additional cost to you. That's done after purchase. And we leave anything Mickey Mouse to you. Like one thing I noticed, like that door right there is be the mission. I hadn't looked at it yet because, again, this was just a really quick prep video. I just had a few minutes to prep this unit. So it might need a catch, it might need a hinge, it might need a new door entirely. I don't know. Little stuff like that, we leave for you to fix, and we just handle the big stuff. That's not going to ruin your trip. If one of the lights quit working, which, just for example, say a light quit working, it'll be sold with that light not working. I mean, we don't have, little stuff like that can drive RV techs insane, doing all that little stuff, and it takes them away from the big stuff. And checkout that should just take a few hours winds up taking a week. So, especially if you got to order parts and stuff like that. So, to keep them sane and to keep our prices down and to operate with the few employees that I have, that's why we just do the major systems inspection. And we lowered our prices significantly to make up for it. So, guys, this is what you need to do. And again, please listen carefully. Come out, look at the unit. First call, make sure it's available. Come out and look at it. We'll run shore power to it. You can play around with it, inspect it, all you want. See what works, what doesn't, beyond those systems that we guarantee. And I highly recommend and encourage anyone wanting to buy a new or used RV to get this done. And it can be, and this, guys, even brand new, hire a third-party inspection service. It's a few $100s, more or less. Guys, I mean, you're going to spend $28,000 on a fifth wheel. spend a few hundred more dollars, get it inspected. They will make you a list of everything that works and everything that doesn't work. And of course, if one of those systems is something on our major systems inspection, you can scratch that off your list because it'll be taken care of. But obviously anything else you'll have to fix yourself or not fix yourself. And ahead of time what needs to be done, and you can make an informed decision. Hey, I can fix all this stuff in a weekend, and I can save 1/3 the price of a new. I can buy it for 1/3 the price of a new one. Because any RV you buy, you're going to work on. I don't care if it's brand new, if it's used. I don't care if it's $27,900, if it's $10,000, $100,000, or if it's $5 million. If it's an RV, you're going to work on it. It's just like buying a boat. You buy any kind of houseboat, cruiser, even a little bass boat, you're going to work on it. You have this many systems working together. You've got a battery supplying power to you got a battery being fed by a converter that's being fed by a electrical system, being fed by shore power or a generator that's providing power to your lights, that's providing power to your water pump. And, somewhere along the way, something's going to break, stop working, or quit working, or need to be replaced. You got all these systems working together, talking to each other, all made by different manufacturers. It's like a boat. Boat's the same way. And, of course stuff's going to go wrong from time to time. Even stuff is shipped out brand new from the factory with defects with it. You buy a brand new RV, you get a 1-year new warranty, and that first year, it's probably going to be at the new dealership's service department 3 or 4 months getting all the factory defects. 3 or 4 months that you're paying on a brand new RV this thing brand new is probably $90,000 plus in 2022 prices. And, that first year, you're only going to be able to use it 8 or 9 months because it's going to be at the dealership service department the rest of the year while you're making payments on it. And then after the warranty's over with, you're going to be paying for the repairs out of pocket. Or you can buy an aftermarket warranty that's not worth the paper it's written on. So you can spend $3 or $4 grand on a warranty that they're going to try to push on you, that they paid $500 for, that maybe 1 out of 4 claims you might get a couple $100 reimbursement back, a partial reimbursement. That's what I'm telling you guys. That's just the nature of owning one of these. Now, don't get me wrong. In fact, I don't know if I told you in my last video, we actually got out yesterday. We got out early yesterday morning, Sunday, and I got a little motor home. Me and my wife and Emma, we jumped in it and rode up in the mountains, seen the leaves, and found a state park up in the mountains. And I set up the grill and grilled out some food, and man, beautiful up there on a lake. Just $5. And we didn't have to worry about restrooms. We didn't have to worry about packing coolers. Made a pot of coffee in the RV. We had all the amenities at home, and drove it back, and we got home right at dark. Like I'm saying, guys, memories like that you can't put a price tag on. And that's what's so great about an RV, guys. Even if you don't even go for the night, they're just great. Spending the night, families. There's a lot of behind the scenes stuff, repairs, maintenance, and upgrades, 3 things you're always going to be doing with any RV you buy. But I enjoy it, working on my RV. I enjoy doing little things to it. And things I can't do, I pay for somebody to do it. I expect that. But, I love it, guys. And, I'm unlike these other guys on YouTube, I'm an avid RVer. If I don't spend the night in, I use mine for the day. If I've lived in the fifth wheel while I was building a house, and if I was going to full time again, it would be a Toyhauler. That's one thing that, when I had my fifth wheel, was a rear lounge, Montana. I never had enough interior storage. Looking back, I wish I'd bought a Toyhauler back then. It would have made so much more sense to have that as a full timer. But now I wasn't moving around either. But you can move around with this because you don't have to slide out in the toy area. Anyway, and I also That's why I always think toy haulers, and I've sold several of these to full-timers, and they love it. They absolutely love it. And you know, I've sold these to people who've been full-timing fifth wheels for a long time, and once they own and I've had more than one of them tell me once they've owned a toy hauler and full-timed in it, they'll never go back to a traditional fifth wheel. Or use it recreationally or for toy hauler, however you want to use it. So anyway, more versatile than it's a Swiss Army knife of fifth wheels. Is this right here. Anyway, guys, sorry I ran it long enough. Thank y'all for watching. Again, guys, we don't charge any fees, no upsells. $27.9 plus applicable sales tax. Thanks again for watching. Smash me a thumbs up, and feel free to comment, share on social media. Best thing you can do, guys, and I appreciate each and every one of y'all that watch, but if you like my videos, and I try to post something every day, usually just one, I'm going to try to do 2 tonight, hit that subscribe button. Hit that bell notification button. It's free to you. I promise you, if you're in the market for a used RV, it's absolutely free, but it'll save you the most money of any free thing you've ever signed up for in your life. If you're just thinking about RVing, it's a great way to see a bunch of floor plans and get good information without having to mess with pesky salespeople and all that. And you're welcome to come out here and look anytime. We don't follow you around. We're the only dealership around with over 100 used RVs in stock. We don't have salespeople that follow you around. You don't have to go through a sales office, look at the inventory. Everything's open, everything's priced. Make yourself at home. If you need any help, pop your head in the showroom. Somebody will help you. Can't get easier than that. Thanks again for watching. Look forward to seeing you here in beautiful Ringgold, Georgia.